Hello, everybody. This is Alan Fine, and I'm here with Santiago Carrata, who is the president and CEO of Visit Tampa Bay, in fact. We're here at the Florida Huddle 2022, which they are hosting in their convention center. And this is Insider Travel Report. Santiago, thank you for talking to us.
Oh, thank you for having me on.
So I am aware that, first of all, I didn't realize that the Huddle was as old as it is. But in 2016 was the last time you did host it.
That's right, and we've changed quite a bit since 2016. Yeah. In fact, our opening reception last evening was somewhere that didn't exist back in 2016. So it's always fun to be able to show off the new and exciting things that are happening in this destination. And there's quite a bit of that has happened over the last 20 years. And, the future is very, very bright for us.
Well, the other thing about the Huddle is that it's mixed. We've got also MICE here. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, and this is a living, breathing example of a city that caters to both Huddle and Encounter.
It's Florida Encounter.
Florida Encounter. And we have this beautiful convention center. We have great properties, hotel properties in our city, in our immediate area that are great for meetings, events, conventions that supplement this space at the convention center. So, in fact, over many, many years, that was our bread and butter. It was all about the events and the meetings and the conventions. And then we developed this incredible brand that now really caters to a Florida Huddle, because now we're selling this destination not only to people in the United States of America who may not have ever heard of Tampa, Florida, but now the world. And the brand over the last 10 years has really delivered for us.
Well, let's talk about the records you're setting.
Oh, my God.
I know you're very proud about that.
Well, we were on this meteoric rise, right? From 2013, every year was a record setter. And then we ran into, a friend, which I say very sarcastically, Corona. And back in, just to show you how things can change dramatically, back in 2020, in February, here at home, hotel occupancies were in the 80s, 80% plus. And when you think about that, 8 out of every 10 rooms being occupied. In March of 2020, occupancy dropped to 50%. So we had a great beginning of the month, and then the bottom fell out. And then April of 2020, worst tourism month in our history, 23.2% occupancy. Now fast forward to April 2021, best April ever. And every month after April 2021 has beaten all prior records for those months. So record May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. And we have just, been hosting big groups, events, Super Bowl, WrestleMania, conventions, visitors. So it has been truly, truly admirable what's happened here during a very difficult time.
That's because you didn't just sit and wait for Corona to pass by.
No, we didn't. In fact, we were very proud that we weren't proud that we had to go home in March of 2020, but we were very, very proud. Well, we went home and worked from home. We had the technology to be able to do that, but we were back in the office July 5th. Right. And so most folks were not even thinking about going back to the office. And, we have a great marketing team that really focused on, reacting to what was happening. So at first it was, hey, we know things are difficult, but remember, we're always going to be here, and we're always going to want you to come to us when you're ready. And then as things started to evolve, hey, you might be ready, we're ready. Let's get together. And then it was, hey, now it's a personal choice, and we are hosting conventions, we're hosting meetings, we're hosting visitors. So come on down and check us out, because you can come here, have a great time, and be safe. And so we rode that messaging, and we were actually having conventions and meetings and groups relocating from other parts of the U.S. because they couldn't have their events there. And we were open for business. We had a Super Bowl early 2021. We had WrestleMania early 2021. And other groups thought, wow, if they can host those big monumental events, I can have my meeting there. I can have my group there. I can have my convention there. And so we really had, a pretty decent 2021 as far as conventions, meetings, and groups when others were not doing that.
Well, you're so anyway, that you can't just come out. I'm going to cut that. The idea is, to me, is You can't just say, oh, we'll be ready when we're ready. You have to plan to be ready. So what I'm going to say here is you planned and you were ready. And so if you build it, they will come.
Well, yeah, we were really in line with the medical community. We were in line with our elected officials. We were making sure we were the provider of information to potential visitors, to visitors, and to our locals alike. Mm-hmm. Hey, we're not doing this and you don't know about it. We're inviting people to come visit with us because we know we're safe. And so we had a very, very focused plan on bringing back tourism and the tourism economy to our community because a lot of us were hurting. People lost their jobs, they lost their livelihoods, they couldn't go to their favorite restaurants, they couldn't go to their attractions. So it was incumbent on us to bring back the industry because it was good for our locals as well. So really focused on doing that and really had some targets that we wanted to hit.
I want to talk about a new thing that I'd read about. I didn't know about it, the Riverwalk Attraction Pass. Yes. Because your Riverwalk is growing.
Yeah, so we started off a few years ago with City Pass, and that was a pass that really looked at our big attractions, the aquarium, the zoo, Busch Gardens, and then we've developed this entertainment district. Whose downtown becomes an attraction? Ours has become, because we have this river in the middle of our urban center, and we've built this beautiful Riverwalk, and along the Riverwalk, we have attractions and we have restaurants and we have hotels. So we bundled many of those smaller attractions on the Riverwalk so that you can enjoy them with one price, very affordable, and the reception has been incredible. 7-8 attractions on one ticket and all along a walking path. So you're really going from one attraction to the next, and we're talking about some very, very high quality attractions.
And good savings.
And great savings, actually. When you're able to get it for 50% less than if you'd bought all those tickets individually, you're talking about, a dramatic saving, but you're also talking about exploring a Riverwalk that's very, very entertaining. And we have entertainment on the water side and on the land side. Right. So, you can ride the Pirate Water Taxi, which is on the ticket, and be on the water. Or you can walk the Riverwalk and go to the aquarium, go to the Children's Museum, the Art Museum. So it's phenomenal.
Good. Yeah. Now, can travel advisors sell those and commission those?
Well, they can buy them off of our website. So they're sold on the website. Actually, it's all digital. So there's no hard tickets. So you're actually buying it online, putting it on your phone, and using it for a 1-day or a 3-day visit.
So now if travel advisors are trying to buy them for their clients, where can they get them?
Riverwalkpass.com. They can go on our website. We have this incredible presence on social media. Yeah. Visit TampaBay.com. Everything connects to everything. And so, again, it's a great value ticket, and the quality of the experiences, believe me, outweighs the cost of the ticket.
And so the travel advisors can learn about everything where you just said?
Yes, absolutely.
What else is new? And like new rooms, you said? You got?
Yeah, during the pandemic year, from roughly March, April of 2019 through the end of 2020, we actually added about 3,000 hotel rooms to the inventory. And for the first time, a JW Marriott, a Hyatt House, Hyatt Home in downtown. We've added a Loft and Element products throughout the city. The Hard Rock expanded, built another hotel on property, and we're waiting for the opening in May of the Marriott's highest flag, the Edition, that will also open. And, interestingly enough, we always had really two downtowns. We had our traditional downtown where we're in.
You got a lot of them.
And we had one in and around the airport, which we call the West Shore District. And then we started building another downtown next to the traditional downtown called Water Street. And we're actually sitting near Water Street where the JW Marriott is and where the Edition will be. And then out of nowhere, we popped up another downtown between the airport and downtown called Midtown. Right. So now we have these great activity centers, not too far from each other, but with plenty of offerings as far as entertainment, dining, accommodations. So it's pretty terrific, that you can say, well, you can stay down near the airport and still have lots of options there. Or if you want to get closer to downtown, you got Midtown. Or if you want to stay in downtown, you got downtown or right next to it, Water Street. So it's all great. And again, a terrific airport. Easiest to use airport, usually top 1 or 2 in the United States, and so conveniently located. You could literally, without traffic, get from the airport to downtown in 10 minutes.
And a lot of lift.
and lots of lift. You know, we've got a great team at the airport that originally were very, very focused on international lift. So within the last few years, we've added Lufthansa and Edelweiss and Eurowing and Iceland Air. I mean, you name it, Copa Airlines. And obviously, with the pandemic, we had to pause there, but it didn't pause for domestic travel. So we've added Breeze Airlines and a number of flights throughout the United States. So plenty of offerings coming into a very, very efficient and very attractive airport, by the way.
Let's talk about the new attraction in 2022. We didn't really talk enough about food, but let's talk about Michelin.
Well, you know, we saw this incredible interest by chefs in our area. And every time we turned around, there was another high-end chef coming to town opening up a new concept. And a few years ago, you know, I think it's because my team loves to eat, you know, our marketing team said, you know, we should do a culinary journey through Tampa. Little did I know they wanted to get in well with these chefs and eat some great food. So we released our first book, Tampa's Table, where you could buy this book that was focused on all these new chefs and restaurants, and there were even YouTube videos attached to these chefs doing these recipes. And so we were really, really marketing this culinary evolution. And I think that's one of the reasons why Michelin really thought that Tampa, Orlando, and Miami would be great places to explore putting stars on restaurants. So as we speak, they're in all three cities doing their thing, looking at these incredible restaurants. So the palate here is satisfied in many, many ways. So, you know, international foods of all kinds. I often said, you know, I saw more international flavor here than even in some of those cities you thought were about international flavor. So, you know, I could go to a strip shopping center and have Indian, Mexican, Cuban, Asian within a door of each other, and all high quality. So again, the culinary scene here has been phenomenal. You can go on our website, you can go on our YouTube site and actually see some of these chefs in action. And then we followed that up with Tampa with a twist, and that was about cocktails and bartenders. And so we've really focused
and beer.
We've done a Baycraft Pass, which actually, if you visit our breweries and you get stamped on your passport, you come into our visitor center and you get a Baycrafted pint glass. So, you know, just phenomenal ways to market, you know, these assets that are new and very exciting for us. So it's been wonderful to have something else to talk about.
You guys are so creative, and you're so gung ho. My question now is, so, not to put anything against the other counties, but when a travel advisor is advising, why Tampa Bay? Just give it the.
Well, you know, I think
overview.
It's the uniqueness of the destination. You know, a few years ago, we took on, you know, a marketing campaign called Florida's Most. And it didn't mean we were Florida's best. It meant that we had Florida's most great things in one place. So if you really want to get a feel of Florida, and you want the culture, and you want the history, and you want the culinary side, you know, this is the place to go. If you like theme parks, we got theme parks. If you like the water, we have the water. If you love the weather, we have the weather. If you want fine accommodations and fine dining, we have that. If you like museums and attractions and a river walk, we have that. We haven't even spoken about sports. If you love sports entertainment, we have that in spades. So Florida's most great things in one location. We're multidimensional. You know, we accept the diversity here. We celebrate the diversity here, and we want diverse audiences. So we have something for families. We have something for mature couples or young couples or the gals or the guys. So, you know, the offerings are, you know, the scope of offerings is immense. So when you come here, you can really enjoy what you want to enjoy, and it's almost personalized for you. It's a big city with a small town feel. So we all work well together. We know each other. Everybody here is polite and courteous and welcoming. We love tourists. We love visitors. We love putting on parties.
It's also, you know, when you've been there and done that in Florida, it's time to go to Tampa Bay.
Well, forever, it was, again, they're our friends. It was Orlando, Miami, Orlando, Miami, Orlando, Miami. And, we wanted...
Got tired of it.
Well, it's not that I love Orlando and I love Miami, but, it was time for Tampa to be a part of the conversation. If you've done those and you still want to come to Florida, you can do those, but come look at us because, you know what? A multi-city adventure in Florida is fantastic. Those 3 destinations are very different. If you love the theme park and the family atmosphere and those things that you can get from Universal Studios or Walt Disney World or SeaWorld, then you go to Orlando. If you love the Miami style, the nightlife, the bravado, the whole charisma of Miami, you got Miami. And if then you want a sophisticated, culturally diverse, historic location that has all the things that you might be looking for, then you come to Tampa. And it's a great triangle, to be quite honest.
We're going out to over 98,000 travel advisors. What do you want them to know?
Well, we want them to know that we're here and we welcome all people. And I think that's critically important. And, one thing that we find is that when you come to Tampa, you want to come back. It's amazing. We'll have a visitor and they'll tell us, can't wait to come back on my next visit. Or I may be moving here. So we've had that happen too. They've said, wow, I was here for X, Y, and Z, and oh my gosh, this looks like a great place to live and raise a family. So we want people to know that this is a welcoming, warm, safe city with lots of unique experiences that'll appeal, again, to any palate, but to any interest, any desire. And so we love welcoming visitors. I mean, that's what we love to do.
That's a great summary.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for talking to us.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And this is Alan Fine for Insider Travel Report at The Huddle.
The Huddle.